So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to introduce you to Phil, father of the bride.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Phil, as I said. I'm Rhiann's dad. And it's mine and John's great pleasure to welcome you all to the beautiful island of Kastellorizo and to the wedding of Shane and Rhiann. I know many of you have travelled many miles to celebrate the occasion, and in some cases from the other side of the world, so thank you all for being here on this day. Anyway, once upon a time, there was a little girl who was quite quiet, reserved, never said a lot, but then again, never had to. She had a big sister who did much of the talking for her. However, at the age of 13, she suddenly announced that she's going to be singing on stage at our local theatre venue, the Municipal Hall. And despite how much prompting and coaxing for a preview or even a clue what she was singing, we always had the same response: you can pay for a ticket like anybody else. So having no clue what she's going to sing, let alone how she'd sound, we duly bought our tickets for the night. Rhiannon sang a piece from Les Mis called Castle on a Cloud. Correct, okay. And needless to say, we were totally gobsmacked to hear her voice for the first time. And from that night on, there was no holding her back. She seemed to have a passion for performing, whether it be song, dance, acting, school shows, local theatre. If it was any way theatrical, she was there. And I'm going to skip forward a little bit because Adam kind of covered this, but so much so, when we decided to move to Turkey 12 years ago, truly abandoning our youngest daughter, she decided she could pursue a career up in London to see if she could actually make a career out of something she enjoys. So, as you know, romance happened. Shane came along. It was a long distance romance, but he soon became part of the family. And so much so, that last year, when she came out to Turkey on a regular visit, and we always did at least a day in Kastellorizo every time, she brought Shane with her, and we said, come and have a look. So arriving here, what's the place town? So it's about this time last year we arrived here, and it was fairly quiet actually that time. So before we lunch we had a little walk up to the village square up there, and it's very quiet up there. It's merely I think one taverna, the odd cat and dog, and a beer fridge. We've got Turkish weddings, but they do take some preparing. They can go on for days. Anyway, I think that moment the seed was planted, as both of them agreed, if we ever get married, wouldn't it be nice to get married here? So, when the engagement was announced last Christmas, it wasn't, I think it was Boxing Day? Christmas Eve, yeah, and Boxing Day. We decided they were going to be married in September on Kastellorizo. Unfortunately, the wedding in the village square was a bit of a logistic impossibility. But Janet found a great alternative in the Megisti Hotel. And I'm sure you agree, it's a stunning venue. And I'd like to take this opportunity actually to thank the staff and the managers for everything to make this day possible. Anyway, before I ask you to be upstanding for the traditional toast, I'd like to make one more indulgence, if you will. I'd like to give my personal thanks to my darling wife, whose hard work, organisation, effort for the last 9 months has made this wedding possible. I'd like to always give her a hand. Well done, love. I left that bit out. So if you could be all upstanding and raise your glasses for the toast to the bride and groom.
The bride and groom. The bride and groom.
We have an shake.
Thank you very much. So the second speech, so again, if we just get our drinking games ready, so I just want to hand you over to the most important straight man in Rhiannon's life. Shane.
Argentinos. Sorry, there's a crowd looking at me. I can't hear myself. Right, so make sure your glasses are charged, as there are a lot of people to thank. And get ready for a dead on. Firstly, on behalf of my wife and I. Wait for reaction. We want to thank everyone here for making the trip for this, really, from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. This really couldn't happen without each and every one of you here. We really appreciate just how much you've all done to be here, so thank you. And to echo what Phil had said, thank you to everyone here at the hotel who have been lovely to us since we started planning all that time ago, and for everything they've done today. Thank you to everyone at Concept for singing so beautifully today, and on a more personal note, for being a wonderful family to me when I joined the company. Thank you. Thank you, James, for running backwards and forwards, doing music today. Editing the music and sorting the playlist was the one job that I had for a while, and I did go on about it quite a lot. He's done me proud. Thank you, James. Yeah. Thank you to Hayley as well, and to Claire for organising everything. Song with Dave, the wonderful Dave. He's not here. Pardon me, God. And thank you very much to Claire for organising what I'm sure was a sophisticated and terribly well-behaved hen-do for Rhiannon. Thank you to Ellie for that brilliant reading. We're so happy that you could do that for us. That was lovely. Thank you to Helen for the beautiful singing with Claire and with Hayley, and for doing the photography today. The pictures are going to look amazing, I just know. And thank you for everything else you've done for us as well, Helen. Thank you. I may have to mention a certain Mr. Pitts, or I'll never hear the end of it.
Am I in the programme?
No, thank you, Adam, not just for performing the ceremony today, but for being an amazing friend and so supportive for both of us as well. We've been to a lot of weddings this year, and it felt like we were taking notes. We'd talk about them after and realise what we had or hadn't done, and I had everything in order for this speech of who to thank, in what order, and what needs to be said. And I hadn't realised until after the last wedding that we went to, that it's the groom's job to say how beautiful the bridesmaids are. And weren't they just? Scarlett, you look very glamorous today. Thank you for being the best bridesmaid. And Steve. And Steve, you also look very glamorous today. Thank you, Donna. I'll come back to Steve a little bit later. But I wanted to say thank you, Steve, for also being a great friend. I miss all our tube rides home together. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to raise your glasses to our wonderful bridesmaids. Of course, thank you to my friend, my mentor, my agent, my best man, Neil. Thank you for pulling off a very well-behaved stag do, just my kind of thing. Some of you might know that I did not want one, but when the occasion arrived, I had a fantastic time. So thank you for sorting that out. Thank you to all the guys that came. Now, soppy now. Moving away from London and cutting nearly every tie you have, it does leave you feeling a little on your own. And I was so grateful to each and every one of you guys for coming. So thank you for making that a wonderful night as well. Thank you. Do you want to toast him as well? No? Good. A huge thank you has to go to my now in-laws, Janet and Phil. Janet, you look beautiful today. I put that in as I read it's another of the groom's roles, but I really do mean it.
Only today, though.
All the time. Thank you so much for helping us put this whole thing together, for making all of the candles, all the jars that you see around you tonight, for corresponding with many groups and exchanging money and getting everything out here and God knows what else. You've done an amazing job. This really, really couldn't have happened without you, so thank you. And Phil, I remember before I met you, when I first heard you like Doctor Who, I thought, yeah, we're going to get on just fine. That first birthday present of a Doctor Who Beatles crossover t-shirt must have sweetened the deal somewhat. It was when you suggested that I came down to the pub with you on to a Six Nations match, and Rhiannon had said something about how I should be supporting England, and you said, no we won't, he's Welsh now. Quite right. It was a throwaway comment, but I really was quite chuffed. Thank you for everything you've done to make this day happen, giving your permission for me to ask Rhiannon to marry me, probably being the biggest. Thank you both for raising a wonderful, beautiful, extremely talented woman. I'll do everything I can to make you proud. I love coming out to Turkey and out here to Kastellorizo as well, and seeing you back in Wales to play cards and drink. Best in-laws ever. Those moments are always ones that I cherish, so thank you for accepting me into your lives. Ladies and gentlemen, to my now in-laws Janet and Phil. So, most of you know the story about how and Rhiannon met, and you heard a little bit of it earlier, but you're going to hear it again anyway. We met in 2014. I joined Impact to be in the producers, and we spent show week following each other around backstage. It was less creepy than it sounds. I remember seeing her at the one rehearsal we both did before she left, and don't mind admitting, I did a little Facebook stalking, and she doesn't know this, but I looked through her profile photos and felt a little disheartened, really, to find a happy-looking chap with very little hair, Adam. Another happy-looking chap with slightly more hair, Andrew. And a little girl with very ginger hair, Scarlett. And as I'd seen Rhiannon with very ginger hair, I assumed she was married and had a child. I didn't know whether it was to Adam or Andrew. When she came back to follow spot me for the producers, I was told in a rather unsubtle manner by Steve, who had been one of the first people in Impact I spoke to as we got the tube home together. I know someone who likes you, I know someone who likes you, for a good few days. I said I had a feeling who it was, but in truth I was just hoping I was right. When I realised who it was, Steve thought the best way to first describe this beautiful, funny, talented woman and his close friend of many, many years was that she's got a great... When it came to the after-show party... When it came to the after-show party, we had flirted a little by then, although I was distracted on the Thursday night when Neil Morrissey came and saw the show. And Rhiannon had already had it in her head that she was going to have, in her words, an after-show snog, thinking that would be it. However, I was hooked, and later that year, followed her home. Again, not as creepy as it sounds. I almost miss the megabus every other weekend from London to Cardiff, almost. The heartbreak of each goodbye and the bliss of reuniting. It made my love for you even stronger. We planned amazing getaways in the weekends we had, both deciding to go camping for the first time in our lives, of which we are now avid fans and doing regularly. We spoke a lot online, discovering we'd been in quite a few shows that not a lot of people had done before, and hadn't actually found anybody else that had done them. Present company, excuse me. Where am I? One night, whilst talking, I was watching Singing in the Rain, as I was attempting to get Amanda, our director at Impact, to do the show, not knowing then that I wouldn't even be living in the country the following year. At that point, I was talking to Rhiannon about our birthdays, and asked what hers was. It's March 24th. And just before that, as I was watching Singing in the Rain, Gene Kelly had said, "It's my lucky day, March 23rd. And Donald O'Connor replies, "No, your lucky day's the 24th, it's morning already." And Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor and Debbie Reynolds sing Good Morning. Ever since then, the show has held a little soft spot in my heart, as I have always then called Rhiannon my lucky star, a song from the same film. It was at a party in Plymouth that I knew that the time was right to say I love you. She immediately burst into tears, and I thought I'd stepped on her foot or kicked her in the shin. It was a beautiful reaction, and one that I'll never forget. We knew so early on that it was right, that we could make each other happy, and you have made me so happy. Every day I feel so lucky to have you in my life. I told you once that you were like a precious treasure that I needed to find. We both found one another, and can now work towards world domination. Rhiannon, you are my lucky star, shining brighter than anything in my life. Burning longer and brighter than the stars I keep telling you I see in your eyes. It does sound like a great line, but no, really, she has supernova eyes. It's amazing. Rhiannon, thank you. I love you. My Ava. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses to an incredible friend, sister, daughter, partner, and wife, Rhiannon.
Just gonna have a short break now. You can top up your glasses and your plates, and you can top up my glass if you want. That's fine. And then I'll let you know when the next speeches are.